Hello again. My name is still Joeri. I haven't changed it since yesterday. I also still work for the city government of Antwerp for DigiPolis. I haven't quit my job since yesterday. So not much has changed, except I've got a new topic. And my new topic is pull, don't push. So what do I mean when I say pull, don't push? Here's an example. So the situation on the left is you have a sign-up service and you have a notification service. In signups, you're onboarding new users, and then you need to send an activation mail to activate that account. You're going to send it to the notifications service that, hey, I want this mail sent. Now, it's natural to model this as an API because that's what you do with a microservice. You wrap it in an API and you push the work over to notifications. But what happens when notifications goes down? Or what happens because it falls down? Because while you're on vacation, and always when you're on vacation, your app got mentioned on the nightly news and now you've got thousands of new users and they're blowing your notification service down. So it's not there for them, they're not getting their mails, you're losing those users, too bad for you, lost revenue, you're going bankrupt, whatever. So how do you fix that? Well, what you can do is you can put some kind of queue or database in signups, and whenever you fail to send notifications, you keep there to send it later, which brings you reliability, but at the cost of complexity, because how often do you retry sending? And when you do send, should you rate limit? Because if you don't rate limit, maybe you will send too much and you'll blow it back down again. And maybe there are other microservices also trying to send and you'll get a stampeding horde effect. So tuning that behavior is quite difficult. You can simplify it by going to pull instead of push. So now notifications, it goes up to signups and it asks what you have for me to send. And that actually simplifies things because this notification service, it knows when it's online, duh, and it also knows exactly how much work it can do. So it knows not to ask for more work than it can handle. And it knows what all the customers are that need work from it, so it knows to balance that load. The design becomes a lot simpler. However, now you've got this really weird dependency from notifications to signups. So how do you fix that? Well, there's no reason that that queue needs to be in signups. It can be outside of signups. You can host just any standard queuing solution or message log. I've used Kafka for this in the past, but that's probably a bit overkill for your situation. But you can host that using any standard off-the-shelf product. You push to that from signups. You pull to it from notifications. And your design in both your microservices becomes a lot simpler, while your system is a lot more reliable. Now, you may ask yourself, why not just scale your way out of this problem? You can always scale with notifications. Well, the big problem with scaling is that over-provisioning, it just costs a lot of money. If you can design your system so that you're only paying for your typical load instead of your peak load, things becomes a lot cheaper, and you have to do this reliability work anyway. So that's why I think that this is an interesting tool in your toolbox. So that's the basic idea. Typically for big background processing tasks, I would say, consider pulling instead of pushing. Thank you.